in a systematic and a continuous manner. Again, I repeat, development refers to the or development is a process through which the systematic continuous changes takes place in the individual in respect of physical, psychological, social, moral, emotional, etc. And it is qualitative aspect of the change. Or development is called growth and its functions. Growth and its functions is called your development. Is it clear or not? These two concepts,
Sir,
development concept. The concept of development, concept of development, is it clear or not? Hello,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
clear.
Yes, sir.
Sir, it
Yes,
is
Yes,
sir.
sir.
clear.
Sure.
There is a difference between growth and development. Growth is the quantitative change in the body. Here it is a qualitative change in the body, the human being. Growth is the stops at a particular stage, but the development is a continuous process. Growth may not take place in an integrated manner, but development may take place in an integrated manner. Development is always growth plus functional part of the growth. For example, a 6 years old child, he has developed physically, but unable to run as par with normal children, unable to work as par with normal children, unable to talk or make communication as par with normal children. The growth is all right. Growth is all right, the sound health, etc. But the functional, the different brain does not function properly. The different parts of the body does not function properly. So the development has not occurred properly. Is it clear? What I have
Yes,
told
sir.
you,
yes, sir.
that development,
Yes, sir.
growth
Yes, sir.
plus functional are part of the growth. It must, maybe, it may be 10 years old or 12 years old, but doesn't behave like the 10 years child or any at any age, as par with normal children. So we cannot say the development has taken not taken. बेले आम कहे जे पिलाळेंको भलिया कथाबार्ता करूछु कोन. That means the social behavior has not developed properly. The language has not developed properly. बेले देखिथिबो that is a late development in the languages, late development in other areas, cognitive development. So you will find that some children having a low amount of intelligence, less than 70 IQ, we say it is called the mentally retarded child. Mentally retarded child. That means the intelligence has not developed according to the normal children. कौन होला बेटा क्लास नउची परा मु जा कहि परबिनी मु कहि परबिनी किछि एटा भांडा चले So, this is the basic difference between growth and development. It is clear. The basic difference between the growth and development. All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
टाइम बराबर हिसाब କରୁଛୁ କଣ ମୁଁ ଏଟା କ୍ଲାସ୍ ନଉଛି ପରା ଅତି ନନସେନ୍ସ ଭଳିଆ କଥା କହୁଛି
Your microphone is on.
So the concept of growth or development and the difference at times the question is asked what is development in the human being differs said between growth and development in the human being. So I have told you development is a continuous process, is a systematic process. But the growth stops at a particular stage. The height stops at the age of 25. The growth of intelligence either stops at the age of 16 or 18, like that. At a particular stage, that stops. So, but the development continues. We go on gathering the experiences throughout our life till death, till we go to the burial ground. That is development takes place. Is it clear now? Hello, hello, friends.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Sir.
Growth and
Yes, sir.
development and difference between growth and development. Now let us discuss the principles of human development. On certain principle, the development takes place. It follows certain principles. The first principle is the, as I have told you, principle of continuity. Means there is a continuous process. It never stops at a particular stage. Throughout the life, the development takes place. Then, is it clear? Principles of continuity? Principles
sir.
of
Yes, sir.
continuity. Then principle
Yes,
of individual difference. No two individuals are alike in nature. Even the children of the same parents and the development of the children of the same parents do not occur equally. Is it clear? So there is the individual difference. So for the language, so for the intelligence, so for the other psychological aspects, in a belongs to one family, one parent, parents of the children of the same parents, there is a difference. There is an individual difference. Is it clear? And also individual difference, development individual difference occurs due to your biological, the heredity, and also the environment. Think of the children of the affordable society who can give sufficient the learning materials to the child to develop the language and develop the or upgrade their knowledges, etc. Think of the child who is poor and does not have the ability or doesn't have the economic condition to purchase the learning materials. You'll find in that urban areas, those who are in the children in the particularly slum areas. The children in the slum areas and the children in the other areas. There is a difference in the development. The children in the rural areas, 3 children in the urban areas. There is a difference. Okay? So there is an individual difference. Development, the individual difference is found. No two individuals are equal or alike. Every individual differs from others. Clear? Is it clear, all of
Yes,
you?
sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Even if you
Yes,
have
sir.
seen the twins, either boys, girls, or having same sex, boys and boys, girls and girls. Okay? Or different sex. They are twins. Jala pila jo kuhucha ame. In case of the twins, it is expected that the development or the all the psychophysical systems of the two children should be almost same, but there is difference. There is difference in the intelligence. There is difference in the other psychological characteristics. Not more, but there is a variation. There is a variation. All the psycho, physical, social, cultural, all systems. There is a variation. So it is clear individual difference. Now let us come to the principle of a sequence. A sequence is being maintained. There is a sequence. While development takes place, a sequence is being maintained. One is called cephalocaudal, longitudinal, and a proximodistal. The is called your uh, far to near. So under the just see the page 8. What happens? Just see a child who is lying on the bed. What happens? First, there is a movement of head. Then there is a movement of the legs and the hands, etc. So from center to the different parts, from head, because head is controlling authority. So first the development takes place in the head or the brain development, unless there is a coordination in the neural system, a nervous system, there will be less development in the different parts. So the brain controls everything. That's why that is called your cephalocaudal principle. It is clear longitudinal.
Yes,
Bujhela?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Then next is you will find that the gross muscles and the fine muscles. Where do you find gross muscles? Where do you find gross muscles? The arm. Okay?
Arm running.
Thigh. These are the gross muscles you will find. Neck. All these things there you will find. Yes, you will find the gross muscles. The fine muscles will find that in the finger,
Writing.
tips, etc. The fine muscles. So
Yes, sir.
Right.
small
Finger
muscles. Small muscles. That are gross muscles and small muscles. Unless there is a development in the gross muscles, there will be less development of the small muscles. This principle is called your cephalocaudal tendency. This is called your cephalocaudal tendency. You see the hand, here hand, how the development takes place in a sequence manner. And also you will find the development how the child develop the small hand, kuni kuni hath hitbo, taपर टिके आउ टिके बड़ हेबो, तार आउ टिके बड़ हेबो. एई जो गोटे सीक्वेंस नै कि से जाउची डेवलपमेंट होउची प्रथम पिला कोन करिवो पिला को देखिथिबो पेटेइबो तापर क्रॉल करिवो तापर गुरुंडिबो तापर आस्ते आस्ते पाहाच थिबो क्लाइम करिवो सो दिस इज a sequence of development. You cannot say that the child will all on a sudden just after the birth he will just walk down walk. That is not the process because the muscles are not so strong. The both the gross muscles and the small muscles are not that strong to enable the child to do these different activities. It is clear these two principles. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
sir.
Yes,
Then
sir.
principles
Yes,
of
sir.
a generality
Yes,
and
sir.
a specific. The principle of a generality to specific. Always there is a first development takes place as a whole. Then it goes to the specific parts. Already it has been discussed in the your cephalocadal principle. So in the development process starts with the general responses shown by the child and passes through the latter stages. Suppose you teach a poem. First you give a summary of the poem. Then you proceed from stanza to stanza, whole to part. This is the principle. Similarly, the general development takes place first throughout the body. Then the specific parts, development of specific parts take place. Both in physical and psychological, social and all other things. You have to grasp the things. So far the psychological development takes place. It is clear. Principle of general to specific. General to specific. General to specifically. It is clear or not? Hello.
Can you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Acha. Then let us come to the principles of interaction.
Yes, sir.
Clear
Yes,
helani?
sir.
Na kon koucho? Helani clear?
Yes, sir. Clear है ना?
Hela. How? Principle of interaction. I have told you yesterday that development takes place due to the process of interaction, particularly socialization, particularly the different culture, accepting different culture. The more you interact with the child, the more the development of languages. Yes or no? In the family, if you do not interact with the child, there will be less development of the languages. If you talk to him in English, he will try to talk in English. You will find the boys who are moving in the seashore of Puri. They have not gone to the school. They are selling something, and they used to talk various languages: English, Odia, Bengali, and other languages. How is it? How is it? How the
ये
development takes
ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ
place?
ସହିତ interaction ହେଇକି
Interaction.
ଜାଣିଦେଇଛି।
Basically, same fluently they speak Bengali because the Bengali tourists are more. That's why they speak Bengali fluently. So due to the interaction, more development. Less interaction, less development. He will be shy. He will develop some inferiority complex and so on and so forth. In the class, he is unable to communicate his feelings to others because he finds difficulty in development of the languages, particularly. So always we have to interact with the child, action, interaction. That's why You have to spend more time after your work. As far as possible, one has to spend more time. Have you seen a film Sarabi? Jayaprada and Amitabh Bachchan.
Yes, sir.
Ah,
Yes, sir.
you have seen the Sarabi, then you could have understood. What happened? Amitabh Bachchan was the son of a very, very rich person.
Rich person.
Okay, very,
मुच्छर
very
हो
rich. Very, very rich person.
मुच्छर है तो नाथुराम जैसा.
हाँ 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 हाँ. So, but what the lack in his the environment? Because his father was running after the money, wealth, or etc. But does not give so much of time to share love, sympathy, or interaction. ତାକୁ ସେ କହିଛି ଯେ ତମେ ଖାଲି ସେଇ ଦୌଲତ ପଛରେ ଗୋଡେଇଛ କିନ୍ତୁ ମୋ ସହିତ କଥାବାର୍ତ୍ତା ବା ସମୟ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ତମର ସମୟ ନାହିଁ ଲାଷ୍ଟକୁ ସେ ଘର ଛାଡି ଦେଇଛି ମତେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ସେ ଫିଲ୍ମଟେ ଟିଭିରେ ମୁଁ ଦେଖେ ମତେ ଭାରି ଭଲ ଲାଗେ ସେ ଫିଲ୍ମଟେ କାରଣ how the parents neglect the child, doesn't interact with the child, how can the development will take place? Class ରେ ଦେଖିଥିବ ଯେ if you find a boy shy nature, just try to interact with him and he will feel something better. You will be elevated. ଯାହା ହଉ ଆଜି ସେ ସାର୍ ମତେ ମୋ ସହିତ କଥାବାର୍ତ୍ତା ହେଲେ ମୋ ନାଁ ପଚାରିଲେ calling the roll numbers and calling the name, there is big differences. If you call by name, there is recognition, there is interaction. If you call by roll number, there is less interaction. ଗୋଟେ ସମୟ ଗୋଟେ କହୁଛି ସବୁଠୁ time is the most important factor during your first initial service. You can remember all the names of the students. Even when I was young and also tried to remember all the names of the students, maybe 100, 200 like that. So remembering the names of the students, interacting with them, asking them about their various aspects. So it gives some kind of inspiration, some kind of interaction. You must have felt it. Then principles of differences in rate. You'll find that infancy, early childhood, late childhood, period of adolescence, a pre-adolescence, adolescence, adulthood. These are the stages. You'll find during the early childhood and late childhood, the growth becomes faster. So different rate. But at a particular point, at the age of 25, the growth becomes, there will be no growth. And the growth becomes slower when you enter at the age of 18 or 19 like that. That much of growth does not take place. So the different rate, in different stages, there is different rate of growth and development takes place. You see, during these periods, you can remember so many things. Maybe during your adolescence period or just below 30 or like that. But the moment you reach at 60 or beyond that, what happens? There is loss of memory. The brain cells begins to decay. And as a result of which, you forget many things. So, At a particular stage, you could remember so many things, but at a particular stage, it is difficult to remember. So, in order to make the brain active, in order to revive your that activeness, that kind of rate of development, you must be engage yourself in various academic activities. So there will be at the age of 70 or more than 70 also, you cannot forget many things. Okay. The principles of difference in rate. It is clear? Is it clear or not? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clear, sir.
Then principles of integration. ଯାହାକୁ ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ ଆମେ କହୁଛେ ସମନ୍ୱିତ. Integration is ସମନ୍ୱିତ. There is a proverb that healthy mind is in the healthy body. Those who do not have the health, proper health, they do not possess proper mental health. So, the various psychological and physical, social, cultural, etc. develop in an integrated manner. সমন্বিত ভাবে, সন্তুলিত ভাবে, in a balanced manner, they develop. You'll find. I will give you two examples. Are you educated or qualified? Tell me. Are you all educated or qualified?
Qualified.
Yes, sir.
Qualified.
Qualified. Why not educated? Educated. So
Sir,
that is
educated.
Both, sir.
okay. That is a difference. There is a debate between qualification and education. You see, attending the college and obtaining the highest degree of the university, you are qualified, no doubt. But a man who is living in the villages has not attended the school, but gives proper justice. He has the feeling. He has that ability of cooperation. Can you say him qualified or educated? What can you say him?
Educated.
Educated.
Educated, sir.
Qualification is definitely necessary. I don't dispute to your argument. Is a necessary condition, but not the sufficient condition. You must have seen that when you approach somebody else, your, what you say, those who are employed to your boss, if he does not behave properly, then what will you say? Is he educated?
He is not educated.
He is not educated.
No, sir. Not educated.
The affective domain, that is the affective domain, the emotional aspect of the individual has not developed properly. Suppose one is in need, or you just on the road, you see, just come across with the accident. If you avoid that accident and the man is suffering on the road, so you are selfish. So try to, as far as possible, extend your help and call ambulance and let him, the patient should go to the hospital and has proper treatment, etc. So this is how the principle of integration. ମୋ ପାଖେ ଅଧିକ ଜ୍ଞାନ ଅଛି, ସେ ଜ୍ଞାନର ମୂଲ୍ୟ କିଛି ନଥାଏ. ଆରେ କି ସେ ଜ୍ଞାନର ମାନେ କିଛି ନଥାଏ ଯଦି ସେ ଜ୍ଞାନ ଅନ୍ୟ, that kind of experience, that kind of knowledge is not properly utilized There is no fellow feeling. So there should be proper integration. Development is integration. Okay, it's clear?
Yes, sir.
Principle of integration.
Yes, sir.
Then
Yes,
principle
sir.
of predictability. A teacher predicts many things. The future development of the child according to the present status of the learner, you can predict what is the future, what will be the future performance. So that is a predictability. We can predict. Whether it may be, that prediction may be wrong or right doesn't matter. But from the present status situation, we can predict his behavior, his performance, his psychological traits. So that is a prediction. Then these are the principles of development, growth and development. Question poduchi. Discuss the principles of growth and development in a human being. Okay? You
Yes,
have
sir.
to answer to these questions. Poduchi mu କହିଲି. ତାପରେ ଆସିବା stages of development. यदि ये भी question पड़ुचे, what are the stages of development? You see the picture at page 11. You see
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
the 5
Yes, sir.
pictures are there. 4.2
Yes, sir.
prenatal stage. One is called prenatal stage, when the embryo is in the mother's womb. That is called a prenatal stage. Till he comes out, that will be called prenatal stage. Whether development takes place during prenatal stage or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Takes
Yes,
place.
sir. Yes, sir.
Because
Yes, sir.
from one cell, it becomes the multi-cell in different aspects. गोटिए cell आगे आरंभ हबो, तापरे number of cells will be developed when he comes out of the mother's womb. And if you go to the mythology, what about Abhimanyu? What about Abhimanyu in the Mahabharata?
Abhimanyu cannot understand.
कौन कहतला से जो समुद्र में घेरी की रहता कि हम जीवी चाली भीतर को जीवी I have
सर देवराज केस रिमूव हेबे कि
what
रोड भीतर अछंती काहे म्यूट करनांती
अरे कौन कहे so the great hero the wheel that the जो चक्र create ହେଇଥିଲା कलम ହେଇଥିଲା ପଶି ଯାଇ ପାରିବି but I cannot come out
सर एडमिन सर हेलो एम ऑडिबल सर सर जे कथा होजंती टिके तांको म्यूट कर देबे कि सर
हाँ जे please mute the your conversation please. Then during also pregnancy, you will find that if there will be no proper nutritional food.
Sir, in this mythology case, it is sir science or myth?
No, maybe myth, but I mean to say that may be myth, but development takes place during prenatal stage. That is my point. Might be myth, doesn't matter. Because of the cell division, and you will find more cells and more characteristics developed because of if the mother does not take proper food, nutritional food, and the proper development of the child does not take place. That's why it is advisable that a pregnant lady should take the balanced diet, vitamin A, vitamin B, and carbohydrate, protein, fats, minerals, water, and immunization, etc., etc. That is my point. That is what my example just have cited. That is maybe myth or maybe science doesn't matter. We should not go to that debate. So during the infancy, that is called the birth to 2 years. Infancy, 0 to 2 years. And the development takes place, you must have observed. At when he becomes 4 months, when he becomes 1 year, and when he becomes 4 months, he begins to laugh. When he becomes 1 year, he begins to walk, he begins to talk, and there is a growth of teeth, and so on. So many, all physical, psychological, and social, all things, all development takes place during infancy. And also, there is a coordinated, and there is also some children due to malnutrition, proper development does not take place during infancy. Then early childhood, that is your here play, learn, and develop. 2 to 6 years of child. That early childhood preschool period, what you say, 3 to 6 years, they will go to the Anganwadi center, and there the immunization, supplementary food, social interaction, and emotional development, all these things take place.
Sir, one thing I have doubt,
Huh.
sir.
Huh.
In the remote area,
Huh.
ST area, their child growth with better body power, better physical power, more than a normal child. How they can gather?
Oh,
They have no
look.
food, they have no premature.
Okay. Because they fight with the nature. The more you expose to the nature, the more you have physical power, muscles. Though they have the low economic conditions, but the muscle power with them is definitely they are stronger, etc. But they are in the adverse situation. They
Sir,
fight.
adaptation.
Eh?
Sir, adaptation with environment.
No. Adverse. In the adverse situation, they fight with the nature. They fight with the nature for their survival, for their existence. The more you survive, ତମେ ଦେଖୁନ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ପିଲାମାନେ ଏଇ ସବୁ ସହରରେ ମଧ୍ୟ କାମ କରିବାକୁ ସବୁ ସ୍ତ୍ରୀ ଲୋକମାନେ ଯାଆନ୍ତି ବା ପୁରୁଷ ଲୋକମାନେ ଯାଆନ୍ତି, ସେ ପିଲାଙ୍କୁ ସେ ରାସ୍ତା କଡ଼ରେ ଶୁଆଇ ଦିଅନ୍ତି। ତାଙ୍କୁ ରୋଗ ଏତେ ସହଜରେ ହୁଏ ନାହିଁ, କାରଣ ତାର ଏକ୍ସପୋଜ ଟୁ ଦି ନେଚର, ତାର ଇମ୍ୟୁନିଟି ପାୱାର ଇଜ
More
ଭେରି
immunity
ଷ୍ଟ୍ରଙ୍ଗ।
power.
ଆମେ ଯୋଉମାନେ ରହିଛେ ସେମାନେ ହେଲେ ବଣମଲ୍ଲି। ଖାଣ୍ଟି ଓଡିଆରେ କହିଲେ ବଣମଲ୍ଲି, ଆମେ ହେଲୁ କଣ ନା କୁଣ୍ଡରେ ରଖିଥିବା ମଲ୍ଲି ସବୁ ଆମେ ସବୁ। with care and protection, all ଟିକେ ଜର ହେଲେ ଆଣ ଔଷଧ ଏବଂ ବହୁତ କେୟାରରେ ବାପା ମା ଆମକୁ ରଖନ୍ତି। ତେଣୁ we are not supposed to expose to the environment, adverse situation, so our immunity power is less. Am I right or wrong? Have you
No,
was
sir.
asked?
Yes,
Right,
sir.
right. Right.
Right, sir.
ଦେଖିଥିବ ସବୁ ଗାଁରେ ସବୁ ଯୋଉମାନେ ଗାଁରେ
But
Sir,
how they can gather more
depend
power?
କରେ ଯଦି ଆମ ପିଲାଙ୍କୁ ନେଇକି ଛାଡିଦବା ସେଇ ଭଳିଆ କଣ୍ଡିସନ ର ପ୍ରଥମରୁ ସେ କେବେ ବି ଫାଇଟ୍ କରିପାରିବନି।
ହେବେ ସେମାନେ
ନା
they
ସାର୍,
gather
ମୁଁ ସାର୍
due to the
ଦେଖିଛି।
ଯୋଉ ଏନର୍ଜି ଯୋଉ ଆସେ ତାଙ୍କ ପାଖକୁ, they consume more carbohydrates.
ସାର୍
These
ଆମ ପିଲା
fellows,
ସାର୍ ଆହୁରି ବେଶୀ ସାର୍ ଦେହ ଖରାପ ହେଇଯିବ, କିନ୍ତୁ ସେମାନେ ତାଙ୍କ ବଡିର ବହୁତ ମାନେ ରେଜିଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ପାୱାର ଅଛି।
Actually sir
ସେ
ସେମାନେ
ପୁରା କହିଲେ
prenatal
resistance power
stage ରୁ ହିଁ
because of they are
ମାନେ
more
ସେମିତି
exposed
strong
to the
ହେଇଯାନ୍ତି।
nature. They are more exposed to nature. they ତାଙ୍କର ଗାଁରେ କିଛି ଲୋକ ଅଛନ୍ତି ତାଙ୍କୁ ଜର ହେଲେ ସେ ଗାଧେଇବେ।
Sir, they are
ପଖାଳ
more
ଭାତ
more
ଖାଇବେ
immunity power.
ତ
ଆଁ?
ତାଙ୍କର ଜିନ୍ ଟା ବି ସେଇ ଭଳିଆ, ତାଙ୍କ ବାପା ମା ବି ଷ୍ଟ୍ରଙ୍ଗ ସେଇ
Sir,
ଭଳିଆ।
they are
ନାଇଁ
more
ନାଇଁ ବାପା
immunity
ମା ତ
power.
ଷ୍ଟ୍ରଙ୍ଗ ଏକରେ, ଦ୍ୱିତୀୟ କଥା ହଉଛି ସେମାନେ ଦେ ଆର୍ ମୋର ଏକ୍ସପୋଜ ଟୁ ଦି ନେଚର ଆଣ୍ଡ ଆଡଭର୍ସ ସିଚୁଏସନ। ହ୍ୱାଟ ଏଭର ଦେ ଟେକ୍ ମୋର। ସେଇ କାର୍ବୋହାଇଡ୍ରେଟ ଖାଲି ମିଳିଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଭାତ ଲୁଣ ଲଙ୍କା ଖାଇକି ସେ ବେଶ ଆରାମସେ ରହନ୍ତି। ଏବଂ ଦେ ଦେ build their body muscle power rather you can say. So they work hard and ନକଲେ ତ ହବନି, ସର୍ଭାଇଭାଲ ନା, ସର୍ଭାଇଭାଲ ଫର ଦି ଫିଟେଷ୍ଟ ଯୋଉ କଥା ଆମେ କହୁଛେ ଡାରୱିନଙ୍କ ମତରେ ସର୍ଭାଇଭାଲ ଫର ଦି ଫିଟେଷ୍ଟ। So they have to survive, they have to work hard, they have to develop the immunity power. ସେଥିପାଇଁ ସେମାନେ ନିଶ୍ଚୟ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରଙ୍ଗ ଆମ ଅପେକ୍ଷା। Is it clear?
Yes,
Is
sir.
it clear or
Yes,
not?
sir.
Yes, sir.
The late
Yes, sir.
childhood period. So late childhood was some 6 to 10 or 11, and there is both physical, psychological, social, all development takes place during the late childhood period. It's faster during late childhood period, and there is also just at the end of the late childhood there is onset of puberty, or there in the threshold. At the end of the late childhood, they are in the threshold of adolescence and late childhood. ଆମେ ସେ କହୁଛେ 11 ରୁ 13 ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ତାକୁ ପ୍ରି ଆଡୋଲସେନ୍ସ ପିରିୟଡ କହୁଛେ ଆମେ, ପ୍ରାକ୍ କୈଶୋର ଅବସ୍ଥା। And you will find some girls particularly in the tribal area becomes mother during early stage. And we are eating the junk foods in the urban areas. How can you develop the immunity power? So that is difference. ସେ ନେଚର ସହିତ ଲଢେଇ କରିକିରି ସେ ତାଙ୍କର ବଡି ବା ମସଲ୍ସ କୁ ଟାଣ କରି ରଖିଛନ୍ତି। ଆପଣ ମାନେ ଯୋଉ କଥା ପଚାରୁଥିଲେ ସେଇ କଥା ମୁଁ କହୁଛି। If you go to the hill area, as I was giving example of the eastern part of India, I had been to the Mizoram. ଗୋଟେ ଇନ୍ସପେକ୍ସନ ଟିମ୍ ରେ ମିଜୋରାମ ଯାଇଥିଲୁ। ଆମ ସାଙ୍ଗରେ 2 ଜଣ ଥିଲେ ବଡିଗାର୍ଡ। ମାନେ ଏତେ ଏ ଗାଡିଟା ମୁଭ କରୁଥିବ ସେ ହିଲ ଟ୍ରାକ ରେ, ମାନେ ଟିକେ ଇମ୍ବାଲାନ୍ସ ହେଲେ ତମର ଆଉ ପତ୍ତା ମିଳିବନି ଆଉ ସେଠି। 200 ମିଟର 300 ମିଟର ଉପରେ ଯାଉଥିବ ତମର ଭେହିକଲ। Who were accompanying us? Just imagine. The ladies were accompanying us, having muscles, and they are so strong. You can't imagine. So, you see, they are in the adverse situation. They have built up their body and they don't care anybody. So, during adolescence period, after 13 years to 18 years, 11 to 13 pre-adolescence period, 13 to 18, it is called your period of adolescence. When first menstrual cycle starts, in case of the girls, I was telling yesterday, and also in case of the boys, there is some emission. So there is a dream for them. There's some kind of changes that takes place, some kind of feeling that takes place in them, and the physical, psychological, and so many changes takes place. So the behavior also changes in an integrated manner. That's why if you, during the period of adolescence, during adolescence period, if you say that if the girls become shy at a particular stage due to the physical changes, so there is a exchange of the interaction between boys and girls, and they get satisfaction out of that. And it is a stage where they are matured enough that they have the ability to become the father or mother at the age of 18. In case of age 18, now it has been, they're thinking about the age 21. So they are matured enough at the period of adolescence, and then adulthood period. The responsibility comes to the adulthood period. During adolescence period, there is stress and strain. Question comes like that. Explain. The period of adolescence is just period of stress and strain. Why stress comes to the individual? Because all our behavior is goal directed. We do not do or perform any activity without any goal or without any desire. When there is conflict in the goal, then there will be stress. You will see they are not able to take proper decision. Their judgment is fluid, not solid. They are easily swayed by the decision of the friends. They have the power, they have the desire for recognition, but the parents do not allow them. They have their own style of life. Due to poverty, they are unable to purchase some new dresses, and they are far behind the children of the affordable society. So there's many psychological, cultural, and socio-cultural, etc. factors are responsible that their desires are not fulfilled. When the desires are not fulfilled, where does it go? Does it decay? Had you known desires from since you were when you knew about the world? ଯାର ଯେତକ ତମର ସବୁ ଇଚ୍ଛା ଶକ୍ତି ସବୁ ପୂରଣ ହେଇଯାଇଛି କି? ହ୍ୟାଲୋ,
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir.
ହଁ
No, sir.
ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର
No, sir.
ହେଇଯାଇଛି? ନୋ,
No, sir.
No, sir.
କାରଣ ଆମ
କେବେ ବି
ମାଇଣ୍ଡ
ଡିଜାୟାର
ଟା,
ଫୁଲଫିଲ୍ ହିଁ ହୁଏନି ସବୁ।
No, sir.
ହଁ ଆମ ମାଇଣ୍ଡ ଟା ତିନି ଭାଗରେ ବିଭକ୍ତ। ଗୋଟେ ହଉଛି କନସିୟସ୍ ଷ୍ଟେଜ, ଗୋଟେ ସବକନସିୟସ୍, ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଅନକନସିୟସ୍, 3 layers. 9th 10th of the unconscious level of mind, and 1/10 is conscious level of mind. We have many desires, but fulfillment of a desire gives rise to another desire. Yes or no? अरे गोटे डिजायर
sir.
फुलफिल
Yes, sir.
पुणी
Yes,
आउ
Yes, sir.
डिजायर जनरेट करिवो
sir.
तो
Yes, sir.
desire never ends. There is no end to the desire. So during the adolescence period, the desires are many. They want recognition, they want style of life, they want freedom, they want praise or something like that. So when these desires are not fulfilled, there is a stress. Yes or no? At this
Yes, sir.
stage, are you not feeling stress?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Those who are married and
Yes,
those who
sir.
are unmarried, both of you, I tell you, in case of ladies or gents, those are married or those who are not married, all are facing stress. Man is not free from stresses. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
এটা
Yes, sir.
continue କରିବ ମଲା ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଚାକିରି କଲେ stress, ଚାକିରି ନ କଲେ stress, ନା ପାଠ ପଢିଲା ବେଳେ stress, ପାଠ ନ ପଢିଲେ stress. So stress is there. So when the goals are not fulfilled, there is a conflict. And due to conflict, there is a stress. And the adolescence is full of stress and strain. ଦ୍ୱନ୍ଦ୍ୱ ଭିତରେ ସଦାବେଳେ ମଣିଷ ଥାଏ. So in order to remove all the barriers, ସେଥିରେ ପଡିବ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ. How to resolve the issues if one suffers from stress and strain? How to resolve the issues? At application side, question number 4. How to resolve the issues? हाँ कि ओटा ये so in order to resolve these
Sir, again.
how to resolve the issues ଏଇଟା ହଉଛି question number 4 ରେ ତମ ଚାରିଟା question ପଡେ और ପଡେ ତିନିଟା और ଦିଟା 1 number 2 number ଆଉ 4 number 4 number question ଟା ସଦାବେଳେ application question ପଡେ ଯେମିତି ମୁଁ କହିଲି what are the causes of stress and how to resolve the issues? You can write easily what are the causes of stress, unfavorable situation, economic conditions, and so on and so on. Desires are not fulfilled. It goes and settle down in the unconscious level of the mind.
Phone.
कौन क्या phone सांस गुरुजी? Just mute it. So this is how.
Sir, question again kuhantu.
What are the causes of stress and strain? Resolve what mechanism or how can you resolve the issues? Or what are the problems of stress and strain? How these problems can be resolved?
Okay, sir.
ଏଇ ଏର କାରଣ କଣ ଏବଂ ଆକୁ କେମିତି ଆମେ ରିଜଲ୍ଭ କରିବା?
Sir, over enthusiastic.
ହଁ ଓଭର ଏନ୍ଥୁଜିଆଷ୍ଟ ମୁଁ କହିଦଉଛି ସେ ବିଷୟରେ ତାହେଲେ ତ ଆପଣ ଉଠିଲେଣି ସେ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ ସେ ବିଷୟରେ କହିଦଉଛି. So we have the aptitude and the achievement. That's true psychological traits. Aptitude, the innate potentiality of the individual to achieve high level of skill. That is called aptitude, abhikshamata. Achievement, the success in any field, safalata. So I was telling that example yesterday that these two factors are responsible for our success. So according to our aptitude, we should have the achievement. We should expect the achievement. बेले बेले टीचर कहते अरे तू एते भल पिलाटा तू एते कम नंबर कहीं रखिलु हुए बेले बेले different reasons are there. So according to the aptitude, if you have a high expectation, then there will be frustration, there will be stress. So attitude will will be equal to achievement. ଯଦି ସମାନ ହେଲା ଯାହା aptitude ତମର achievement ସେ ଆସିଲା ତାହେଲେ you are a balanced person. If according to your aptitude the achievement will be less, then there will be inferiority complex. ମୋର ଏଇ ସବୁ ସେ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନଟା ସେ ନିଜେ ସେଇ ଏକ୍ସାମିନେସନ ହଲରୁ ଆସିଲେ କରିପାରିବ କିନ୍ତୁ ପରୀକ୍ଷା ରେଜଲ୍ଟ ବାହାରିଲା ବେଳକୁ ଜଷ୍ଟ ଉଲ୍ଟା ହେଇଯାଇଛି. So this is there must be balance between the aptitude and achievement. There must be high expectation, no doubt, but accordingly you have to do your best or exercise to achieve more and more the performance. Then only there will be no stress. So you know how to resolve the issues. The parents at times what impose something on the child. That also it causes the stress. Am I right or wrong? The
Yes, sir.
parents impose something on the child. That is also root cause of the stress. Good example तुमको
Yes,
कहबी
sir.
Sir.
हाई फैमिली सोसाइटी रो कहूची कथा गोटे ना कहबिनी हाई फैमिली सोसाइटी. When I was in the Revensa college, she was my hirusi କରିଦେଲି अब सब ଟିକେ partly କହିଦେଲି. She was my colleague. Her daughter was reading in Revensa college in sociology. So sociology honors, having sociology honors, and he sent her daughter to Delhi, JNU. He could not compete there. So again he came back. She came back. Now she's a minute figure. That lady is a minute figure. Is a good writer, etc. So this happens. My point is when we impose something, at times you will find that the parents want that my child should be Dr. Raja is telling that what you will be. Learning to be. ଘରକୁ ଯାହା ଘରକୁ ଗଲେ ଆରେ ତୁ କଣ ହବୁ ଭବିଷ୍ୟତରେ କେବେ ଆମେ ପଚାରିନେ what is your interest, what is your liking or disliking. We never ask such questions. We ask what you will be. That is a very bad question. So we know the various causes of the stress, and accordingly suppose one child is interested to suppose during the period of adolescence he has that likingness towards the opposite sex, he or she, but the teacher prohibit them, the parents prohibit them. At times there is a frustration, there is a stress that happens. At times also the stress comes when both are in love but one has cheated others. That is also stress. So there are many reasons for stress, and it is a mechanism that how can you solve resolve the stress. Then during adulthood period you have gained much experiences and you have thinking power, reasoning power, the abstract development, abstractness, etc. All these things takes place, and you what is bad, what is good during adulthood period, that is to be developed, that you can write. Then
Sir, one thing.
One thing, Boli.
Sir, in if some people have no
हाँ,
over smart attitude, this is disorder or normal?
over
They have
over
not
over smart.
over smart, not over attitude. Their attitude is over smart. Like someone person is different.
But they're not like that.
Not like that, right? They
They're
have
not.
no gather knowledge,
बुझिली
nothing.
बुझिली. Just I could understand your point. They have not that ability, but they show that they are over smart and over knowledge. So what happens, my dear?
This is sir, disorder or good?
Definitely, this is not good. This is not well balanced personality. This is not well balanced personality. To compare with the others in the material aspect is not acceptable. Compare with the others in academic areas. मुझे आउ भल पढ़ी आउ ता सहित कम्पिट करी ये ठीक but you have not that ability that kind of your parents cannot afford you to be uh, purchase good dresses and artificial talking you must have observed some artificial talking ए मु एमती खाई आसी सेमती खाई आसी आम घर एमती अच्छी सेमती अच्छी but practical that is not that is you say the inferiority complex superiority complex two words just remember if one suffers from inferiority complex then in order to suppress the inferiority complex he shows the superiority complex to compensate the inferiority complex he shows this superiority. Suppose one is lack in academic achievement so he will show in talking in that way that you have told it over smart shows that to overcome the inferiority complex he wants to dominate others without any reason. So always we should have the balanced personality. We should not have the hୀନମାନ୍ୟତା ଯାହା କହୁଛ ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ inferiority complex କିଛି ପିଲାଙ୍କର inferiority complex ରହିଯାଇଥାଏ ହୀନମାନ୍ୟତା ରହିଥାଏ due to poor economic condition or any other reason the inferiority complex is there. So in order to overcome କାରଣ ଲାଇଫଟା ଗୋଟେ ଏମିତି ଜିନିଷ ସଦାବେଳେ ମେକାନିଜିମ ସୃଷ୍ଟି ହୁଏ ଟୁ ରିଜଲ୍ଭ ଦି ଇସ୍ୟୁଜ ନହେଲେ ମଣିଷ ବଞ୍ଚିପାରିବନି ମାଇଣ୍ଡଟା ଗୋଟେ ଏମିତି ଜିନିଷ ସେଗୁଡା ସବୁ ଚାଲିବ ସେମିତି ତେଣୁ ସେଇଥିପାଇଁ ସେ ସବୁ ଦେଖେଇ ହୁଏ ମାନେ ତାକୁ ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ ଖାଣ୍ଟି ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ କହିଲେ ଦେଖେଇ ହେବା ଗୁଣ not actually he is like that but he tries to be develop the superior complex in order to suppress the inferiority complex. Now you have got the answer. Hello. Who you are asking about the over smart attitude to over smartness.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Then let us see.
SQL, they have some मैं हिंदी रे कहूँ
हाँ
तार मतलब उसके पास में जो है उसके पिताजी का जो ये है उस हिसाब से उसका 3 चाइल्ड है तो फर्स्ट जो चाइल्ड है उस हिसाब से नहीं चल रहा है लेकिन बाकी 2 है उस पेरेंट्स के हिसाब से चल रहा है जो फर्स्ट चाइल्ड है वो थोड़ा दिखा रहा है कि हम हमारे पास भी है वो भी है हम थोड़ा ज्यादा जानते हैं ये वाला उसका प्रॉब्लम है इंफिनिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स है और अदर्स कुछ है
इंफिनिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स प्योरली इंफिनिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स दैट इज प्योरली इंफिनिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स दैट इज कॉल्ड हीनमन्यता इन गुड़िया तो हिंदी में जो बोलते हैं आप बोलेंगे सभी आदमी के पास जो इंफिनिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स है सुपरिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स है So let us come to the some issues of development. What was one of the issues, nature and nurture.
One question, sir.
Huh? Ask.
Sir, as we know that the lack of freedom is a cause
Huh?
of stress.
Huh?
So freedom is
Yes.
good or bad
Freedom
to the
you have to
child?
give. You have to give the freedom to the child as required freedom, not excess freedom. So democracy, we have got democracy. Doesn't mean that we have to urinate in the road. We have to
Sir,
go
in
to
West Bengal,
walk on the road naked with a naked
in,
dress. That is
in
not
West
the.
Bengal,
Huh?
Jadavpur University have freedom, but
Huh?
there is some student dead.
Hmm.
The
Because
freedom is good.
freedom is already inevitable, but excess freedom spoils the child. Excess freedom. The parents should decide to how much freedom should be given. No freedom is given means there will be stress. Okay. Who has asked this question?
Yes, sir.
Have you got the answer? Then nature and nurture. The heredity and environment. That is. So there is the issues of heredity and environment. I may cite one example. It will be this. ଆଜି କେତେବେଳେ ଯିବ ଦେଖାଯାଉ one Odia film is there. The parents are black and they have begetted. They belong to Christian family. They beget a child who is white in color. Always the father has the suspicion that the son is not the legitimate son, is illegitimate son. Definitely there is a problem here. Is not it? There is a problem. So one day he was going with a physician to a distant place and they are coming and he has raised the issue. The son has raised the issue how I became white and my parents became the black. How is it? Am I legitimate child or illegitimate child? It is a big question. During the adolescence period, it is the cause of worriness. And the physician started discussion. The Darwinian theory, how the various characters are inherited from the parents, one half, from the great parents, 1/4, from mother side, 1/8, mother and father side, 1/16, 1/32, and so on, so up to infinity. And there are two types of genes. One is dominant gene, one is recessive gene. If the color gene from any his ancestors from father sides and from mother side, the white gene dominates over the black gene, then the color of the child becomes white. Is it clear? So this is the heredity. Heredity determines so much things. This is the issue. Baram koise je there is a difference in the ability due to the heredity and also the environment. You have to nurture the child. Nature cannot be changed. Can you change the nature easily? It cannot be
No, sir.
changed. can be changed through modified to some extent, but fully it is difficult to change the nature, to change the characteristics. But the nurture, you have to, the child becomes good or bad. It depends on the environment, the nurture, how he is nurtured by the parents or the caretaker. An example I may cite that a child is accompanied by the mother or father to the school, and the other child is accompanied by the maid servant to the school. When the first child goes to the school and the father and our mother, hello, hi, bye bye, bus. When the second child goes to the school, the maid servant says bye bye, etc. So, will you think that? Do you think that the same kind of attitude will be developed in the two children? What is your opinion? First child, second
Yes,
child.
sir.
In case of a second child, what kind of attitude will be developed?
Different, sir. Different attitude.
Different attitude will be developed towards the parents. Because the parents do not have the time to see him up. The first child is accompanied by the father or mother. They have the time. So this is how the nurture, how you nurture the child. Then continuity versus discontinuity. So the various growth and development. Suppose one is interested for reading magazines, etc., learning materials, and you go on continuing to provide the learning materials. Try to enrich the knowledge and understanding of the child. If a discontinuity will be there, and there will be a problem for the child. So according to your purse, you have to rear the child. Child rearing is very, very difficult. Am I right or wrong? Rearing the child, those who are mother, I just ask them, is it a very easy task to rear the
No,
child?
sir.
No,
Very
sir. No,
difficult.
sir.
It's
Not at all.
very, very difficult task.
Not at all.
Very, very difficult task. So, how much you continue, how and up to what extent you will continue, and what extent you will discontinue. It depends on the parents for development of various psychological and physical traits. Then see the actively and passively. The development also takes place in active process and also passive process. The child is very much active and also he is passive. देखिदो पढ़िदो मु खाली गोटे जिनस खाली तुमको आलोचना टी करदेबी आज तो किसी सरी परिबोनी डेवलपमेंट इज डाइवर्स इन सोशल इकोनॉमिक एंड कल्चरल बैकग्राउंड ट्राइबल एससी ओबीसी एटसेट्रा इन adverse situation how जो गुता हमरा आलोचना चली थिला how they have gained the muscle power in the adverse situation. It is very, very difficult one. So let us ଆମେ ଖାଲି ଗୋଟେ କଥା ଖାଲି ଗୋଟେ ଆଲୋଚନା କରିବା ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ପଢି ଦବ କିଛି ସେମିତି କିଛି ଇଏ ନାହିଁ different perspective of child development ताको देखिया पछे आज जो कथा आलोचना करिवा आमे तमे पढि दबो ताको से एई कथा खाली कहूची तुमको समय मिलो कल देखिवा cognitive perspective of the development. Okay, cognitive अर्थ कोन
सर पेज नंबर कितने
पेज नंबर 37 Page number 37.
Mind knowledge.
Cognitive relates to knowledge. So, प्रथम कथा से दला पियाजियन पियाजेट कहबनी पियाजियन हला पियाजियन अप्रोच और कॉग्निटिव डेवलपमेंट अप्रोच यही कथा हम तुमको क्लियर कर दे देन आई विल क्लोज द क्लास कितना कांसेप्ट आगे क्लियर कर दिए तुमको गोटे हला स्कीम स्कीमा SCHEMA मन रहला स्कीमा concept of a schema and mental image is formed due to different concept or different experiences मन रहला mental image is formed due to schema हला बुझेला कि नहीं schema is a process through which mental image is formed. How the mental image is formed? It is accepted or received through sense organs, mainly auditory and visual organs, and carried out through nervous system to the sensory part of the brain, and the interpretation takes place, and the schema is formed. Kapila Puni ki schema is formed. Mental image is formed. Just about flower. Is there any image has been formed regarding the concept of a flower? Whether schema has been formed in your mind? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Some abstract things regarding truth, beauty, and goodness. Whether certain mental images is formed? Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
When you are at home, your parents, if they are believing the existence of God, spiritualism, so they pay sun, moon, and etc. as God or goddess. But the moment you go to the school, the moment you go to the school, the child goes to the school, the teacher says that they are nothing but the heavenly bodies, solar systems. So the mental image formed earlier, that is a schema was formed about the sun and the moon. Now another mental image is to be formed instead of the old image schema. It's clear? Schema is clear or not? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, sir.
Then assimilation. Just खाली word कहला पर तापर हमें तम cognitive development तक कहवा. Assimilation. Food is assimilated and turns into blood. Am I right? Food is assimilated and turns into blood.
Right, sir.
Similarly,
Right, sir.
the various concepts, they are assimilated in the brain. We receive various senses, as I have told you, through our sense organs and carried out by the nervous system, and interpretation takes place there. And the brain has the ability to assimilate. What is what? Is it clear? Assimilation? बुझिए लेकिन assimilation. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Then accommodation. Suppose if there is 40 students in a class and the
Modification.
In a sense, what is section of 40 students and there is a capacity of 40 students, sitting arrangement. But some more students are admitted, 4 to 5 students. They are waiting outside near the door. What do they want? What do they want? The students who are waiting outside, they have got admission. So they want to go inside. But there is no seat. So gradually they goes to the class and tries to adjust with the other students. And after the adjustment, they are accommodated. Is it clear? The process of accommodation?
Yes, sir.
Process of accommodation.
Yes, sir.
Process of accommodation. Is it clear? कौन
Yes,
कहली
sir.
स्कीमा कहली
Yes, sir.
assimilation कथा कहली
Accommodation.
accommodation कथा कहली
Accommodation.
ओके accommodation कथा कहली accommodation हे सला परे हे स्कीमा रे परिणत हेगा mental image formation हेगा. So let us come to the practical things. How these things according to your Piaget, how these things take place in the mind. Various schemas are formed in the mind since our birth. बहुत कथा हमर स्कीमा मेंटल इमेज फॉर्मेशन ही आसुची. अच्छा जेते मेंटल इमेज फॉर्मेशन ही आसीची सबुडा अछि ना से गलानी किछि सिद्रु पिला बळू जेते सब पाठ पढितलो बा सुनितलो जहा करितलो सब मन रखिस
ना गलानी सर किछि गलानी
बस बस से कथा मु कहू किछि
समथिंग एज लेफ्ट
mental image will be removed and some new mental images will come to or occupy that position. The mind has certain capacity na gote glass रे glass पानी रहिबो आ ता पिका बेसी रहि परिबो कि रहि परिबो
No, sir.
mind has not that capacity which keep the mental images up to infinity. सेमती हे परिबो नाही. According to your ability aptitude, the mind has certain limited capacity. So the old mental image will be replaced by the new mental concepts. Is it clear? First,
Yes, sir.
pratham kon kariba?
Yes, sir.
Prathame the concepts are assimilated. First, we have to assimilate the concept. Then जहा हम कहूथिल जस्ट पिला बेले पिला पढुथला सूर्य चंद्र ग्रह इत्यादि सब देवता इत्यादि इत्यादि घरे सब पुराण पत्रे पढी के आसिला जते स्कूल को आसिला इतला एरोडा तो देवता नहंती एडा सब हेवनली बॉडीज सोलार सिस्टम रो गोटे पार्ट सब ए तो भूल कथाटा तेणु सेगुडा आस्ते आस्ते दूरीभूत हेले एगुडा को ता भितरे पसिया को चेष्टा कला तेणु आकु आसिमिलेट करदेला ग्रहण कला भल करी बुझीगला तापर कौन कला ए माने धीरे धीरे जो से तो माइंड रे अछि निर्दिष्ट बाउंड्री कोटा सर्कल बुलाओ से सर्कल बाहर अछंती माने वेट करछनी भीतर को पसिया पे इंडिकेशन आस्ते आस्ते बाट खोजिले जे जो कथा कहउथिल क्लास रे पिला अछंती किंतु किछि पिला बाहर अछंती तमन चाहउछन जिया पे आस्ते आस्ते जाई करी से का एडजस्ट कर दे एडजस्ट कर से पूरा पूरी सेठी ऑब्जर्व होई गेले दैट इज accommodation. So also the new concepts, new schema are observed by the mind and becomes permanent. It is clear? Clear hela ke nahi ete katha ko mata ago.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ଏଇଟା କନଫ୍ୟୁଜନ ସେ ପିଆଜ
Yes,
theory
sir.
of cognitive development ପଡୁଛି ପରୀକ୍ଷାରେ ମନେ ରଖିବା କଥା ପିଆଜ theory of cognitive development ପରୀକ୍ଷାରେ ପଡୁଅଛି ତେଣୁ I have clarified the concept how the schema is formed and concept is formed how we remember the various theory laws etc after the formation of schema clear then let us come to the various stages କଣ କହିବାର ଅଛି କୁହ
Sir, ଅଛି word adaptation.
ହଁ ସେ ଆଡପ୍ଟ କରି ନେଇଗଲା ପରା ସେତେବେଳେ ଆକୋମୋଡେସନ କରିଗଲା ଆକୋମୋଡେସନ ସେ ଆଡପ୍ଟ ପୁରା ପରମାନେଣ୍ଟ ରହିଗଲା ଆଉ କଣ ତମେ ସମାଜରେ ଯେମିତି ଆଡପ୍ସନ କରୁଛ ସମାଜରେ ଇନିସିଆଲି ତମକୁ ଅଖଡା ଲାଗୁଛି ତାପରେ ସେଠକୁ ସେ ଆଡପ୍ଟ କରି ଯାଉଛି
ସାର୍
ସାପ କଏ ତଳେ ହଁ କୁହ
ସାର୍ ପିଆଜେ ସୋସିଆଲାଇଜେସନ ଟାକୁ ବେଶୀ ଏମ୍ଫାସିସ୍ କରନ୍ତି କି
ହଁ କରନ୍ତି କିନ୍ତୁ କଗ୍ନିଟିଭ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ତାଙ୍କର ବେଶୀ ଇଏ ମେଜର କଣ୍ଟ୍ରିବ୍ୟୁସନ
ଲାଙ୍ଗୁଏଜ ବେଟର ରୋଲ ପ୍ଲେ କରିବନି
ହଁ ସେ ତାପରେ
ଲିଷ୍ଟ
ବହୁ ଜିନିଷ ତ ଅଛି କିନ୍ତୁ ଆଙ୍କର ଇଣ୍ଟେଲେକ୍ଚୁଆଲ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟଟା କଗ୍ନିଟିଭ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟଟା ବେଶୀ ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାନ୍ସ ଦିଆହେଇଛି ଦେଖିଦିଅ ଖାଲି ସେନ୍ସରି ମେଟର ଷ୍ଟେଜ ବାର୍ଥ ଟୁ 2 years 2 ବର୍ଷ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଯାହାକୁ ଆମେ ଇନଫାଣ୍ଟ ବୋଲି କହୁଥିଲେ ସେଠି ସେ କହିଲେ ସେନ୍ସରି ମୋଟର ପିରିୟଡ you must have observed the child what does the child do he searches many things in the around in the environment in the home environment whatever the objects that he finds he shallows sucks the object why does he suck କାହିଁ କରେ have you not observed the child अरे have you not seen the child
Yes, sir.
ଦାନ୍ତ ନଥାଏ ସାର୍
ଦାନ୍ତ ନଥାଏ ନୁହଁ ସିଏ ପାଏ some kind of senses he gets out of it ଯାହା ସେଇଥିପାଇଁ କୁହାଯାଇଛି ସେନ୍ସରି ମୋଟର ପିରିୟଡ these are the motor activities ଆମେ ଯୋଉ ହାତରେ ଯୋଉ ଲେଖୁଛେ ଯାହା କରୁଛେ ଆକୁ କହୁଛେ ମୋଟର ଆକ୍ଟିଭିଟିଜ ସେନ୍ସ ହେଲା ଆଖିରେ ଦେଖିଲା ପିଲାଟା ପଡିଛି ଗୋଟେ କଣ୍ଢେଇଟା ତାକୁ ହାତରେ ଆଣିଲା ତାକୁ ପାଟିରେ ଭର୍ତ୍ତି କଲା these are the sensor motor activities 0 to 2 years and he gets some kind of senses out of it and that is also remembered in the mind second hela pre-operational period 2 to 7 years before operational period children begin to use words and numbers represent the aspect of the world through her his perspective use of numbers and words that is called pre-operational period okay ବୁଝିହେଲା ତ pre-operational period ଅପରେଟ
Yes, sir.
କରିବ ମାନୁପୁଲେଟ କରିବ ଜେନେସିସ୍ କି ଚାଲି ଯାଅ ବିଫୋର ଅପରେସନାଲ pre-operational starts ୱାର୍ଡ ବଡ ବଡ ଲମ୍ବା ଲମ୍ବା ୱାର୍ଡ ସେ କରିପାରେନି ଛୋଟ ଛୋଟ ୱାର୍ଡ କରିବ ଛୋଟ ଛୋଟ ସେଣ୍ଟେନ୍ସ କରିବ ନମ୍ବର ସିଷ୍ଟମ ଶିଖିବ ହେଲା pre-operational stage then the concrete operation says 7 to 11 years that is child begins to think logically why such things happen and very unusual questions are asked by the child that is called your concrete operational period he will operate in the environment but it is concrete that is remember then the formal operational stage after 11 that is called formal operational very abstract ideas many ideas come to his mind and he develops all these things so friends today I am feeling a bit tired because there was a class also in the workshop and here also class so the age does not permit to discuss with you for more time please excuse me Tomorrow will also. There is no class.